Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The greenback showed broad weakness against major currencies today. The US dollar fell notably against the Aussie dollar, dropping 1.5%. Strong upward volatility was seen in the euro and Swiss franc pairs, while the dollar-yen maintained a mixed positive trend. Looking at returns, the dollar-euro pair shows a positive month-to-date return of 1.28%, while year-to-date the dollar-sterling pair has declined nearly 6%. The dollar-yen stands out with a week-to-date gain of 1.14%. The dollar-yuan extended its losing streak to 4 consecutive days. The greenback weakened 1.3% against the Kiwi, showing strong volatility. The dollar-loonie and dollar-sing pairs have remained relatively flat for 3 days. In terms of returns, the dollar-Singapore dollar has declined nearly 4.8% year-to-date. The dollar-rupee pair shows modest month-to-date gains of 0.83%, while the dollar-Kiwi pair has fallen 5.8% since the year began.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Brazil and Mexico led global markets, rising 3% and 2.1% respectively, both showing very strong positive trends. New Zealand advanced 1.9% with an upward breakout after 3 flat days. Year-to-date returns show impressive performance from Brazil and Mexico, both up over 25%. Norway has gained 17% this year, while New Zealand and Malaysia show more modest gains around 1%. Among underperforming markets, Denmark and Japan declined 0.91% and 0.75% respectively, despite maintaining strong positive trends. China, Switzerland, and India each dropped less than 1%. Despite today's declines, year-to-date returns remain positive across these markets. China and Switzerland have gained over 15%, while Japan is up 7.7%. India and Denmark show more modest gains around 2%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures climbed 28.70 to 3,256.70, while silver futures shows a very strong upward trend, rising 0.48 to 33.10. Aluminum futures marked its 5th consecutive positive close at 2,419.25, displaying some upward volatility. Year-to-date returns show varying performance across metals. Gold futures leads with a 23.3% gain, while silver futures follows with 13.2%. Aluminum futures shows the strongest week-to-date performance, up 3.3%. In energy markets, crude oil futures advanced 1.69 to 63.64, rising 2.7%. Natural gas futures broke downward after 3 flat days. Gasoline futures maintained a very strong positive trend, climbing for its 5th consecutive session. Month-to-date returns in energy show strength, with crude oil futures up 9.3% and natural gas futures gaining 9.2%. Heating oil futures leads week-to-date performance with a 4.8% increase. Live cattle futures and feeder cattle futures both achieved new all-time highs. Live cattle rose 2.1% to 216.22, while feeder cattle marked its 4th consecutive record close. Corn futures fell 1.2% amid strong downward momentum. Year-to-date returns show lean hogs futures leading with a 22.5% gain, followed by feeder cattle futures at 16.3%. Live cattle futures has gained 12.9% this year, showing consistent strength. In grains, rough rice futures hit an all-time lower close, dropping 2% to 12.36. Soybean futures maintained upward momentum for a fifth straight session. Oat futures broke downward after 5 days of sideways movement. Month-to-date performance shows weakness in grains, with corn futures down 6.9% and rough rice futures falling 6.5%. Soybean futures stands out positively, gaining 2.9% this month. In soft commodities, cocoa showed significant strength, surging 835 to 9,925, a 9.1% gain amid strong upward volatility. Orange juice and sugar also posted notable gains of 4.2% and 2.7% respectively. Cotton futures continued its downward trend for a second consecutive day. Looking at weekly performance, cocoa leads with an 8% gain, while orange juice shows a 6% increase. Year to date, coffee stands out with a 17.2% return, contrasting with orange juice's significant decline of 50.5%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.